I don't know about you, I am so excited for this upcoming year. I've got some really big, I think ambitious plans for Airplane Academy. But in the meantime, I think there's a lot of really cool things that the site and the channel put out in 2021 that you might have missed just because there was a lot happening. So I wanted to cover just some of the highlights of this last year and then some of the things that are upcoming. But first, I kind of just wanted to address the why. I don't know about you, but when I look at other online creators, it could be aviation or just anyone on YouTube really, sometimes I just kind of wonder, I wonder what's kind of the why behind what they're doing. I mean, obviously it can be a business, but what's kind of the deeper level impact? And I wanted to share that with you because I don't really think I've ever really talked about that here in Airplane Academy, not at least directly like this. And really, my vision for this is simple. I want more people to become pilots. It can be summarized by that. And more specifically, I really want people to know that this is something you can do with your time. It doesn't even have to be a profession. It can be a hobby. And I think some people just need to hear just like a normal dude like me say, hey, I've got a little Cessna. You can fly it on the weekends. It's awesome. There's a lot of work to like get involved, but you can do it. You absolutely can do it. And that's kind of the story and the message that I want to convey here. And I'm really trying to do that through a bunch of different resources that we'll kind of cover on this video, and maybe you've already experienced with Airplane Academy. So that's totally why I'm doing it. I want there to be more pilots in the world, simply put, and I hope that I can help contribute to that in some small way. So what all happened in 2021? Well, one of the first things you might have noticed is that I actually hired an editor for YouTube. So earlier in this year, I got a lot of comments like, hey man, your editing has got a lot better. It's like, well, yeah, I didn't do that. I definitely hired a professional for that. So Dallas, if you were watching this, man, I could not be doing, well, I know you're watching this because you edited this video, but man, I could not do this without you. It's been so awesome to partner with you and try to create the best aviation content that we can together. But I also expanded the team of writers over at airplaneacademy.com. Now, some of you might not even know that I have a website. It's airplaneacademy.com. And if you go to /blog, you will see all the different articles that we have written. And these aren't just articles of like what we think about the world and what our opinions are and things. No, these are pieces of content that address, I think, so many questions that all of us have during flight training. So stuff that you would Google and be like, I don't know, how does this work? Or what's the difference in this versus that? Those are the types of questions that we answer in these articles. I think they're extremely useful. They're all meant to be really digestible, but also like really thorough. So I'm just really proud of the content that I've created over there. And then more importantly, that the new team members there have created over on the website. And that's going to continue to ramp. I'm really thrilled with the progress of the site. And also I should mention that this isn't my full-time job. This is a very important side job for me, but my full-time job is actually another company I started. It's called Boss Club. My co-founder and I over there, we help students elementary through high school start their first business and learn the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. So if you've heard me talk about entrepreneurship at all on this channel, it's because that's what I really love. That's what I do professionally. That's kind of my full-time job, helping teach the next generation about entrepreneurship. And to that end, one of the things I launched at Airplane Academy this last year was a new course talking about how some of you, it's not gonna be for everybody, but for those of you that are interested in creating a small business on the side to help pay for your flying, I wanted to put together a course, and I did, talking about how I do that with blogging and with YouTube and such. And so it's not anything like some of those scammy things you've seen on the internet that's like, oh, here's how to sell products on Amazon, or here's how to day trade, all that stuff. It's literally none of that. It's like the most genuine course I could possibly think to make in terms of how do I do this little side business on the internet. And so it's called Side Gig Ground School. There's a link down in the description. Lots of people have gone through this course and the feedback has just been awesome. It's just my genuine take on, hey, if I were going to help create a side business to go pay for flying, this is what I would do. And in fact, it's what I do. And so I think it's a great resource. Some of you have emailed me saying, hey, is that launched yet? And I don't talk about it too much on the channel because I just don't want to rub anyone the wrong way that might not be interested in that side of things. But yes, that course did launch and the link is down in the description. Also last year was a really fun initiative where I gave away some discovery flights. Now this was not a, hey, look at me, I'm gonna give away money type of thing. No, this was a, hey, I want to help a few people actually get the ball rolling and actually get into the cockpit, because I think once you experience that, and you actually get the bug, it'll really convince you to just dive in headfirst into aviation. And so that's been a really fun initiative. In fact, one of the discovery flights that I gave away, I actually just gave myself. And so Darren, if you're watching this, came flying with me out of Addison, and man, we just had a great time. And as of this filming anyway, he's just about to solo. So he dove into his aviation training. I've been texting him, keeping in touch with him. It's awesome. It's just so cool. And I'm not saying that to my credit. I'm saying that as an encouragement to anyone else, that if you're thinking about this and you're on the fence, if you'll just go get a discovery flight and you'll go put yourself in the cockpit, I promise that's gonna be the thing to really put you over the edge and dive in headfirst and have a ton of fun doing it. And the last two things that I launched last year was an airplane identification tool, or a quiz, if you will. I'll put the link down in the description, where I just really didn't find a very useful tool where you could spot, a Cessna 180 versus a 172 and different things. It was all like, here's an F-16 and here's a Cessna, what's the difference? And I wanted to get something a little bit more practical for the GA community. And I'm still adding to this, part of the reason I launched it when I did, because I wanted a lot of feedback, and I got a lot of feedback, a lot of awesome encouragement, and also suggestions that I'm working on implementing. And so Again, the link is down in the description. I think that's a cool tool that I want to be adding to over the course of time. And then also, this is actually the first thing I did in 2021 was open an email community. So there's a few different ways you can get plugged into the email community here. One of them is by downloading kind of my ultimate PDF starter guide. Like if you want to dive into aviation and aren't sure where to start, I put together literally a 25-page PDF with answers to all the most frequently asked questions, and you can get a copy at airplaneacademy.com/start. So what that does is you'll get the PDF, but then I've kind of put some of my most practical lessons and things that I've done wrong into kind of a series that you'll get over the course of time, and you can respond to any of those emails. It comes to me directly, it comes to me personally, and I've gotten to know so many people through email. It's awesome just getting to converse with people and understand how I can help them. Hey, if they have questions, hey, cool, I've already actually created this resource. Here's a link to that video. It's just a great way to kind of take it from, it's not just on YouTube, it's not just in the comments, but it's actually us kind of talking one-on-one. I think that's been really, really fun and really rewarding. So you can hop on over at airplaneacademy.com/start. So what does 2022 have in store? That's hard to say. That's a hard year to say. 2021, 2022, 2023. Bad year for pronunciation. Anyways, what does this year have in store? Well, I can really define it by three things: content, courses, and what was the last one? Oh, resources. I should know that. It's my video. So in terms of content, you can still expect to see Monday morning YouTube videos here, but then also over on the website, on the blog, you can see articles coming out pretty regularly. And so still very committed to creating what I hope to be very, very helpful content. But the second thing I'm so excited about is some courses. And the first course that's going to launch this year is going to be kind of my how to buy an airplane course. That's going to have a snazzier name than that, but essentially it's going to be steps A through Z of how do you buy an airplane. I'm super excited about this. As of this filming, I'm working on putting it together and starting the filming process, and I think it's going to be awesome. But by the time this video debuts, we're going to be very, very close to launch. So stay tuned for more on that. And thirdly, on resources, there's a lot of things, and I don't want to announce too many right now just because I don't want to over communicate timelines and then have to change them or whatever. But I've got some ambitious plans here. Everything from reviewing some products, I think in a pretty unique way, to putting together some awesome starter guides for where, depending on kind of where you want to jump in your aviation journey or go pursue a new part of your aviation journey. I want Airplane Academy to be a hub of really, really helpful information that like is reliable, it's very high quality, and it's robust. And so everything I do, I'm trying to look at it through that lens. How do we help the aviation community the most in the most effective way, in the most robust way, in the most trustworthy and digestible way? And so there's a lot coming this year. So definitely stay tuned. I'll be announcing it here on the channel, but also hop into the email community where I'll be announcing things as well. But then part of this year has intentionally kind of been left open-ended because I really want to hear back from you and say, okay, what are the things that you really liked or you found helpful in the past that I can do more of? Or what are some of the things that you just really need that you haven't seen me do yet that I might be able to go do or build or create and that sort of thing? And so I'd really love to hear from you down in the comments what you would like to see more of. What would you like to see in 2021? And I might just be able to do it. So I really mean it when I say like I'm listening to you. I'm so rooting for you in your aviation journey. I really just want to see the aviation community flourish, and I want to try to do everything I can to play a really tiny role in that. So thank you genuinely for watching this past year, and I can't wait for all the things to come in 2022. That's still kind of a hard year to say, but we've got 365 days to get used to it.